Clouds TV, empowering lives.
Nataka leo nikufundishe jinsi how to pray. The other time nilikufundisha moyo wa maombi. Tukaipata kutoka Solomon. Moyo wake aliombaje. Huo ndio maombi ya Solomon, ni moyo wa maombi. What comes from your heart. Ndio moyo wa maombi. And also the Lord's Prayer inatufundisha moyo wa nini? Moyo wa maombi. Today I want to teach you how to pray. Si moyo, how to pray. Because most of us, we have been praying, but we don't connect. Unaomba maombi. How to pray. And how do you tell God? Ni jinsi gani? How do you tell God? Because when prayer is a conversation, ni mazungumzo kati yako na Mungu. Na hayo mazungumzo kati yako na Mungu, unamwambia Mungu aje. How do you talk to God? Is it the same way we talk to our friends? Is it the same way we talk to our fathers? Is it the same way we talk to people around there? Is there a difference between how to talk to God and how to talk to other people? And this is what I really want, because this is where we miss the mark. The mark of understanding how to do a conversation with God. Because most of us, we are doing a conversation with God in an opposite way, in a different way. And that is why we have failed. Ama tungejua jinsi ya kuzungumuza na Mungu. Because kuna formula. Lazima muelewe unaongea na Mungu mgani. At what time, and at what season, under what circumstances. Because if you understand circumstances, you'll be able to speak to God under the circumstance. God does not come to you holistically. He must be specific to why he is coming. And being specific to why he is coming, it is under what you will have spoken to him. And you cannot do a general prayer. Maombi ya kijumla, Baba tukubuke. Lazima ukue specific. What you want him to do. How you want him to come into your life. And this is the most important thing. Because most of us tunaombanga maombi ambao hayana mwelekeo. Utasikia mtu amekwambia nimeomba 6 hours, 5 hours, nimeenda Katoroni 3 days, nimekuwa 40 days, 40 nights, nimekuwa 21 days, nimekuwa 7 days. But when you look at what that person is telling about you, the kind of prayers ameomba, unakuta ni zero. Umepoteza your 40 nights and your 40 days. Umepoteza your 7 days, umepoteza your 21 days. You just wasted your time. And most of Christians, we have really wasted our times. Most of intercessors are hollow. Most of the intercessors I know I have encountered, including intercessors wa hapa. Kwa sababu nakujaga na wauliza tuliombea nini? Anakuambia tulioba. Lakini ukikuja kuanalyze kila kitu, hakuna kitu waliombea. It became zero. So most of the time, we have wasted our times. We have wasted our energies. We have wasted everything because of lack of understanding how to connect with God. God is connected with a cord. God is connected with a cord. You must be able to unravel the cords of God. And the cords are known how? They are known by the current situation and why you are praying. When you, and this is why I'm normally tell you, there is God, Mungu Jehovah, Mungu wa nani? Mungu wa Jakobo. Ni kwa nini aliitwa Mungu wa Jakobo? We remember Mungu wa Jakobo because of what he did to Jacob. Mungu wa Ibrahim. Tunamuita Mungu wa Ibrahim kwa sababu ya kitendo alichokitenda kwa Ibrahim. Mungu wa Elijah. Tunamkumbuka kama Mungu wa Elijah kwa sababu ya kitendo alichokitenda kwa Elijah. So that is what we call a cord. So when we are praying, ukimuita Mungu wa Elijah, lazima utukumbuke matukio yote ya Elijah yaliyompitia. Maana matukio hayo uyaangazie kwako kama matukio hayo ndio nawe yapitia. Kama hupitii matukio ya Elijah, usimuite Mungu wa Elijah. Lazima uangalie matukio ni gani ambayo yanakupitia. Kama uko katika hali ya utumwa, hali ya mateso, hali ya kuangamia, hapo ndio utamuita Mungu wa Musa. Maana Musa alikuja duniani kwa sababu ya kutoa watu utumwani. Ndio maana ya jina Musa, kutoa watu utumwani. Kwa hivyo kama hauko ndani ya utumwa, usimuite Mungu wa Musa. Naye Joshua akaambiwa na Mungu, inuka uinue silaha, ukapigane na ukayateke nyara mataifa makubwa 7. Ndiposa watu wangu wakafika kule kulingana na maandalizi na maagano niliyokuwa na kizazi cha mbeleni. So Joshua alipatiwa responsibility achukue silaha aende akapigane, na akaangamiza mapresident 5 na akapigana vita. Akaangusha ukuta wa Jericho na akaenda Ai, akaenda Gibeoni, akaenda Gidali, kote kule alienda akashinda. Lakini under what circumstance? He won battles under circumstance of field battle. So how will you want to bring the God of Joshua when you are not into the compact battle? You are failing. Kama maombi yako ni ya kusema shukrani, maana mtoto wako amepita mtihani, alafu unamuita Mungu wa Joshua akuje afanye nini kwenye mtihani? Mtoto alipita. That's thanksgiving. That is when now you invite the God of David. Because David was one man who will go back to God and pray from his heart, thanking God. I glorify God because of what you've done to us. Are you getting me? So you must be able to know ni kwa nini unaomba, unaombea nini, na ni nini unataka kutokana na maombi hayo. Usipotofautisha those things, then your prayer will not be answered. Praise be the name of God. Therefore, tell God what to cover. You cannot tell God, just bless me, cover me with the blood of Jesus Christ. No, you must be specific on what God is supposed to cover. In the book of Job, chapter 16, but inasema, cover my life, my household, and everything I have. Cover my life. You must tell God to cover you, but specifically, cover my life, cover my household, cover my properties, cover my car, cover my children. When you're asking for the coverage, you must be able to identify what you want God to cover. First of all, mention your children, mention the house, mention your husband, mention your wife, mention your business, mention all that you want God to cover. Because a covering is similar to what you do with insurance. When you are covering your car, they will ask questions. Will you want to cover against the windscreen? It is covered separately. Will you want to cover against the engine? Will you want to cover against your radio or the TV in your car? Those things are covered separately. It is the same. Insurance ni sawa na utukufu wa Mungu. So whatever you ask for covering, you must be very specific that it is my children. Then you mention all your children. If you have 10, mention their names. Na kama unakuja kwenye madhabahu kama hii, beba picha zao ama majina yao. Wakati unaweka pesa yako kwenye envelope, put those names inside there. Then place them at the altar. You would have carried your children to the altar. You would have covered them. You would have insured an insurance for them, that now they are covered by the altar that covers you. But when you come alone, the altar will cover you alone. Even if you mention, but you are not specific. You must mention na useme mtoto wangu Mary, mtoto wangu Kenyajui, mtoto wangu Samuel, mtoto wangu Dunstan, mtoto wangu Ann. All these children, you mention them. Your husband, not you mention your husband, my husband. Cover my husband. You have so many husbands if you didn't know. You must mention him by name. When God was instructing Abraham to go and give his son at mountain as a burnt offering, alimwambia, give me your son, your only son, Isaac, whom you love. He was specific. Hataki Ismael, anataka Isaac. So God is specific to what he wants from us. Therefore, you must also be very specific when you are telling God. You cannot tell God, cover my children. You need to mention the children's names. You don't need, because your child, maybe you have Mary and you have a Kenyajui. Mary anataka kitu fulani. Laini ya blessings za Mary ni this. Na laini ya blessings za Kenyajui ni this. So if you take them wholesomely, God will not bless either, because you have not mentioned the direction. You must mention the direction so that the blessing can, because the angel that blesses people with education is not the angel that blesses people with money. It's not also the angel that blesses people with healing. Angels are different, and they are sent differently, with a responsibility, with a price tag on what to do. So if it's about the calling, maybe you are called apostolically, or you are a pastor, or you are an evangelist, or you are a seer, you need to identify the calling. That is why, wakati Mungu alimpatia Jeremia kazi, Jeremia tried to say, I cannot be able to do this because I am but a child. Then God moved very fast and touched his mouth. He removed the words of failure and he put his words. Now, he commanded this man to operate in the line. In verse 10, akasema, see today, I have given you power over nations and over kingdoms to uproot, to pull down, to destroy, and to overthrow. He was specific. 4 things that he was to do: to uproot, to pull down, to destroy, and to overthrow. Then he gave him, after you have done, those are 4 things that he was given to, the mandate of 4 things. This is how you will be doing. Then after that, then to plant and to build, 2 things. So he was given 2 things, that are to build and to plant, but 4 things to deal first with before you build and plant. So God was specific on what to do with this man. So he gave him a mandate on what to do. You have 4 things to bring destruction and 2 things to bring life. Praise be the name of God. So you must be very specific. Have you not made hedge around him, around his household, and around all that he has? Have you not made hedge around him, around his household, and around all that he has? Give us Job chapter 1 verse 10. Inasema hivi verse 10, you have always protected him and his family and everything he owns. You bless everything he does, and you have given him enough cattle to fill the whole world. You see, he's mentioned the cattle, he's mentioned his work. You bless him with everything he does, and also the family, and also what he owns. He covered this statement. You have always protected him and his family. So him first as a man, then his family. The next player is his family. The third player is and what he owns. is third prayer. Then you have blessed everything he does, plus his job, his work. And 3, you have given him enough cattle and what the animals that you have, the blood animals that you have, it is covered in this prayer. Praise be the name of God. So when you are doing the prayer about your family, mention everything. Hata paka iko kwa nyumba yako, mention. Kuku ziko kwa nyumba yako, mention them. Mambusi ziko kwa nyumba yako, mention them. Watoto wako na kazi za watoto wako na kazi ile unafanya, kazi ya mke wako, kazi ya bwana yako, kazi ya watoto wako, na kama wameoa bibi zao, mention them and cover their children. That is a prayer. Number 1, how to pray. Now let's go to the second part on how to pray. He was asking, number 2, cover my going out and my coming in. Prayer number 2, how to pray. You pray for the coverage of my going out and my coming in. Praise be the name of God. And this we are going to get it in the book of Psalms 121 verse 8. Psalms 121 verse number 8. Cover my going out and my coming in. The Lord shall preserve your going out and your coming in. So when you are going out to encounter forces. You are going out to do business. You are going out to preach. You are going out to do whatever you do daily. This is the most important thing you need to understand, that when you are coming out of the house, you need to pray to God that he covers you as you go out. Because you are going to encounter different types of people in what you are going to do. If it is in business, the kind of people you are going to meet, 50% they like your business, 50% they hate you in business. There are people who does not want you to succeed. There are people that are walking, they just walk out, waliamuka tu asubuhi waende kuharibu dunia. They don't have specific person to attack, lakini waliamuka tu waende kuvuruga dunia. Hao watu muliingia na wao kwa matatu, hao watu muliingia na wao barabarani, hao watu muko na kila mahali, wanavuruta, wanaachilia hewa na wao wanavuruta hiyo hewa, wanaachilia hewa na wao. So you ask God to cover your going out. Wherever you will go, you encounter people, or you encounter peace, you encounter success, you encounter victory, that you will not be defeated by the people out there. Because people out there are malicious. Like here in church, there are people who come to this church just to bring witchcraft. They are here. They are seated next to you. And your pastor will tell you, guza huyo mko karibu na yeye, umwambie umebarikiwa. Na amebeba nini? Gedhito. Na amekuja hapa purposely, hakukuja church, wewe ndio ulikuja church. Wewe ukikuja kutafuta Mungu, yeye hakukuja kutafuta Mungu, alikuja kuleta shetani. Alafu nimekuambia high five, mwambie high five. Mungu akupende sana. Na kimikono hiyo ndio aliweka gedhito. Na alikuja sababu hiyo, amepaka gedhito kwa mkono. Akikuja sasa anagusa huyo tena, mwambie huyo, geukia kwa huyo mwenzako tena, mpatie high five. Mgeukia wa nyuma yako, aliye nyuma yako, mpatie high five. Sasa itakuwa tumesabasa uchawi kanisa mzima. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. That is why cover my going out and also my coming. Nikirudi nyumbani, maana kama hawakunishika nikienda, watanitime nikirudi. Cover, you are going back home. Cover it. You tell God to cover. Ninarudi nyumbani. Wacha nirudi nyumbani na hiki umenipatia leo kifikia watoto. Usifike barabarani, uliginyoke, uaguke kwa shimo, uvujike mguu. Badala ya kuenda home, uende hospitali. Kale kote ulitengeneza siku hiyo, kaishie kwa daktari. So you need the coverage of coming in and coming out. I will protect you as you come, and I will protect you as you go, now and forever. That is a way of praying to God, asking. When you are coming to church, you pray at home. Ask God, I want protection. nataka nifike kanisani. Na nikifika kanisani, usikubali mchawi akae karibu na mimi. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. For those tulikuwa na wao jana hapa, you saw what I was praying. I've not been feeling well from Saturday. I've been out completely. Nilikuwa nimeishiwa na nguvu kabisa. Naona ni homa lakini si homa, ni kuishiwa tu kabisa. Because God had told me last week, uende kwa madhabahu. Hapo chini kuna hirisi zimewekwa. Mimi nikakuja, then nikaitana nikaambia kujeni muinue, tukainua hapa. Tulitoa nini? Tulitoa kanyugu, tulitoa maji na chupa mnono. Ndio hizi hapa. Now you can imagine. Hii chupa iliingiaje hapa? Aisi. Yekiliaje hapa? Nini? Nikanyungu. Mahali tulikuwa tumewekwa ndani. Hii nayo nikamwambia. Alafu na haka so you can imagine, hii ilikuwa na maji kaekwa pale. How did it enter? Yeah? How did it enter? Gaka nika nyongo na hii imetoka. Hii ndio Lucifer yanatumianga. Gaka nika nyongo na kiogeke nikio na ladito kamuti toto this one. Sasa Mungu akiko akaniambia amuka uende utoe hizo vitu ziko pale chini. Nikakuja tukainua. Sasa mimi nikaambiwa mahali waliigisia ni hapa. Nikakuja nikainua, nikatoa hapo chupa hapa, hako kakitu haka kanyogo kalikuwa hapa katikati. Sasa mpaka katikati aliigizaje? He will protect you as you come and as you go. This is you must be specific. And for those who call themselves intercessors, you must be specific. Cover this place. You must put a hedge of fire around it. Nigomwakio dina abere na wakana. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. And this is the most important thing for you to understand. You must be specific. Bahoera kigogona ya CFC umashone maheni. You don't just pray kigogona, just be specific. He will protect you as you come. You must be specific. Ukitoka nyumbani, you are meeting people in the city. Uokana matatu. Umekuwa ndani ya matatu. How many kind of people are you going to meet? They are different people. I've been driving my car. Barabarani kuna gari za devil worshiper. Kuna watu wameitishwa damu. Kuna watu specifically they are monitoring Ndura Waruinge. There are people here because nimekuwa nikivuja madhabahu. I am followed everywhere I'm going by the demonic powers, demonic force. They know me. Hata kutoka Ulaya they are sent specifically. Wanaambia kwenda kanisa fulani. They are sent. They mention my name wakiwa katika ile nini. So barabara yote nikikuja, I have to tell God, cover my way. Are you getting me? So that is how to do prayer number 2. Are you getting me? We've got it in Psalm 128. The Lord shall preserve your going out and your coming in. Prayer version number 3. Cover my head in the day of battle. Hallelujah. Cover my head in the days of battle. Why my head? Cover my head in the days of battle. Where you can die easily and quickly. It's not your leg. It is not your stomach. It's not your chest. It is the head. When they dismantled your head, they have finished you. When they want you to paralyze, they paralyze you from the brain. The brain is in the head. When they want you to lose focus, wanakamata macho yako. When they want to destroy your hearing, wanakamata masikio yako. Utakaa hapa na hautasikia, utakaa hapa na hautaona, utakaa hapa na have they hold your mouth to do against you. That is why this head from here needs a special covering. This head, this is where they target, and this is what makes you a human being. Wengine wanaitaga kiwiliwili, lakini ukiweka kichwa inakuwa binadamu. Hallelujah. You cannot be a binadamu without this. So this is the human being. This other is not the human being. This is the body. The body. So what they do, they come to attack you. They attack your head. Because when they attack your head, they have attacked your eyesight. When they attack your head, they have attacked your ears. When they attack your head, they have attacked your mouth. They will attack your head, they will attack your brain. Niliwabiaga sometimes, we were doing some shows with some Wakorinos. They removed my brain. It was brought to me kwa vision. Baadaye, after suffering for 5 months, walitoa brain yangu. Maana walisikia niko na wisdom ingine haijaisikika. Walitoa nini yangu, wanaenda wanatafuta digisi ya makogo. Unajua makongo? Zile digi za kufuga, zile makogo mwareka refu hivi, ile ya kushona magunia. Sasa anaikuja inakaa kama brain. Unaona brain venye inakaaga? Anaiform, anaikuja inakaa kama brain. Anakuja, ananilete in the spiritual realm. Anakioba, ananilete in the spiritual realm. Sasa anachukua brain yangu, anaweka kando. Anachukua makogo, anaweka hapa. I lost memory for 5 good months. Tukiwa na nyinyi tu hapa. I will come here and see you. Lakini na shida uheta wate. Na hivyo ndivyo wanatoa brain from your children. Wanatakaga tu jacket ya mtoto, kitabu ya mtoto ama kalamu, anything wanaichukua. Hiyo ndio wanaenda wanachukua brain ya mtoto wako mwenye alikuwaga number one. All of a sudden unaanza kusikia mtoto wako nyuma ndio last, na yule alikuwaga last unamkuta ndio aliwin, ndio alitangazwa mpaka kwa TV na kwa radio, ndio anatangazwa ati ndio alikuwa number 1. But unaona, ukienda uangalie venye alifanya huyo mtihani wake, hata uangalie composition ya huyo mtoto, ni ile mtoto wako anaandikaga, na ukiangalia ya mtoto wako ni ile ya huyu anaandikaga. So that's why we cover what? Cover your head in times of battle, because they will remove. In the book of Psalms 140 verses 7. Psalms 140 verses 7. You have covered my head in the day of battle. The head represents direction and destiny. The head is the representation of destiny and direction. So through your head, you are able to know, my sovereign Lord, my strong defender, you have protected me in battle. Verse 8. Lord, don't give the wicked what they want. Don't let their plots succeed. You must be specific. Verse 9. You must be very specific. Ask God to cover your head. Don't let my enemies be victorious. Verse 9, please. Don't let my enemies be victorious. Make their threats against me fall back on them. So you are working out on your destiny. When you tell God to cover your head, you are working out on your destiny and on your direction. Because through your eyes, you have direction. Through your brains, through whatever you have, it gives you destiny. So the destiny and your vision is carried in your head. So when they take your eyes, you will not be able to see. Eyes are representing the spiritual eyes, the spiritual ears. And that is why you, in your marriage, you're living in a total confusion. Because you had planned with your husband, this is what we want to do this year. But at the end of the day, ukifika December, nothing was done. Why? They confused you. You didn't cover your head. And this is the most important thing. Here I'm insisting, be specific on what you want God to do in your life. Cover every decision. You tell God, cover every decision I make. When you make decisions, put them on an insurance guarantee. Ask God to cover every single decision. If you are employing a person, ask God first to cover that decision of employment. Ask God, if you are going to buy a plot, ask God to cover that idea of going to buy a plot. Do you know what happens? You take your 200,000 or your 1 million bob. You are going to pay for the plot. As you are traveling, you come. Unakaa wapi? Utawala. You must come to Nairobi because unaenda kununua shamba wapi? Na huko Juja. Sasa utakuja hapa Nairobi. Ukifika Nairobi, unakutana na anakuuliza ama anakupigia simu. Uko wapi tukunywa kachai? Acha nikuje, niko hapa Nyayo Stadium nakuja. Hata ni vizuri tutaenda, utanipeleka mahali because umesikia utapata witness wa kwenda kuwitness. Mkiingia hapa, mnakuta kwa baa fulani hapa, unakuta ni kamchupa alikuwa anakunywa, unagoga kamoja. Ukigoga kamoja unaitisha kingine, kakumaliza tuende. Ukaka kidogo ukiitisha tu kapili kanaitisha katatu. Ukiitisha katatu kanaitisha nne. Unaanza kutegotora ile pesa yote hiyo ulikuwa nayo ya kwenda kununua ploti, mnatumia 20,000. Unakaa kidogo, by the time kumekuwa usiku, unarudi nyumbani. Ukirudi nyumbani, kesho tena utajikuta kwa bar, unakuta hiyo pesa was targeted. Hautanunua shamba. By the time you realize hauna pesa, zikumebaki 200,000 na plot ilikuwa 800,000. That's the end of you. You are finished. Unaisha kabisa. So every decision you make ukitoka nyumbani, every decision you make as you are going, every decision you make as you are running the ministry like this one, ask God to cover it. Don't do a decision ati tunataka tulete watu hapa, tunataka mkutano wa youth hapa, tunataka mkutano wa mama hapa. Every single decision must be covered so that you avoid vita zingine zinaweza kutokelezea hapo mbele. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Hallelujah. Number 4, cover my eyes and my ears. So these are the very specific things. Ask God to cover my eyes, your eyes and your ears. Let's look at that in the book of 2 Peter, chapter number 2, verse 7. 2 Peter, chapter number 2, verse 7. You cover my eyes and you cover my what? Why my eyes? He rescued Lot, a good man who was distressed by immoral conduct of lawless people. That is why your ears must be covered, because of the lawless people. People who are geared towards destroying you. People who are geared towards bringing you down. They will operate through your ears to make sure they bring you down. They will speak against you and let it be known to you that this is what. So they will provoke you by what they say. Verse number 8, they will provoke you so that you can hear and you can see. And then that good man lived among them, and day after day he suffered agony as he saw. As what? He suffered agony as he saw. What do you used to see? The eyes. And as heard their evil actions. They heard. He heard. He suffered agony. Aliteseka kwa kile alisikia. Aliteseka kwa kile alikiona. Katika mikono ya maadui wake. Aliteseka. So ask God to cover your ears, not to hear them. Ask God to cover your eyes, not to see them as they plot your downfall, as they plot to bring you down. And God will protect you. God help you to hear his voice and see his actions, his plans. Only his voice and only his actions.
Bethel Clouds TV, empowering lives.